everybody, welcome back to Lyrical Resonance, where we believe that where words fail, music speaks. Super excited to be getting back into another video, and it seems to be I'm just kind of cranking them out right now, but it's just what it is. We are checking out the brand new song from Nine Lashes called Rise. Super excited for this because the songs they've been releasing have been some of their best, and I'm hoping they keep up that trend here. So without really much further ado, let's get into this. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, because where words fail, music speaks, and we want to hear what it has to say, so let's check it out here. Hold it there, hold on. Look, you guys can't have 3 albums with little to no screaming and then just all of a sudden have this song that's in your face and intense. I mean, dude, that was, my chord just went crazy there. That was crazy good. Man, this is awesome, and I love this video. It's got a video game vibe. I know that their drummer, I know he's the one who made and put this video together, and it just looks super slick. I mean, it's got that old school video game vibe, and I love it. And musically, this is that riff. Holy crap, that's chaotic and heavy, and it just sounds so good. I love it. Love it, love it.
I believe there's more to the story than all the ways a man can fall. So rise with me, the dawn is approaching now. Everybody knows this well, that the darkness comes for all.
There's like a sludge in that guitar, man. Oof, that sounds mean.
Hoping to kill off everything that the light would call its own. But I refuse to fall. I refuse to fall. Breaking forth. Never gonna be another casualty. Never gonna fade in the dark into losing faith. 'Cause I have known the light, and I will never die.
Oh,
I know how far you can fall, and all the way.
and they threw me off. I thought it was just gonna punch right back in, and it didn't, and that made me look dumb. I made myself look dumb.
The heart grows colder, and there's no way that I'm leaving you here just to die. Give up the fight, only to fly, making your way back home. And I believe there's more to the story than all the ways a man can fall. So rise with me, the dawn is approaching now.
would just appreciate the genius of that breakdown, man. That was, gosh, this has got to be one of the most technical songs they have ever written, and it's in my mind one of the more complex. It's just so good, and I'm gonna have to kind of go back and analyze these lyrics at the end. But man, this is really, really good. I love the concept of the video, love the art style, and I just, that whole part where he was in the dark and the flashlight was lighting up the words as they sang them was really, really cool and really well done. Man, this sounds crazy.
Oh, how far you can fall into all the ways the heart grows colder, and there's no way that I'm leaving you here just to die. And I believe there's
Sounds so
more to
good.
the story than all the ways a man can fall. So rise with me, our God is approaching
I'm still waiting for the album announcement, dude. Oh. Okay, so that ending. Wow. What a song, dude. Like, that was so much heavier and more aggressive than I expected it to be. I kind of expected after them releasing Guilty Hands, Shadows, and Dear Self that maybe they were going to release like a ballady song or something a little softer, but nope, they upped the ante and just kicked you in the teeth the entire time, and it was so good. So I've taken some time to read through the lyrics all the way through, and I'm just going to try and give it my thought. I'm going to try not to worry so much with their interpretation, what they intended it to be. I'm just going to give kind of my thinking on this, because it's an interesting song lyrically. So the first verse is, I remember all too well just wishing for the sun, yet holding on to darkness, and I remember calling out to break into the dawn. And I remember all too well wishing that I could find a place to be and live and breathe and forget what lies behind, but I still had the night, I still had the night. This makes me think of Psalm 91, 5 through 6. It says, you will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. I remember all too well just wishing for the sun, yet holding on to darkness. To me, this makes me think of, I say it to people when I talk to them a lot, about my relationship with God, and I'm always kind of taken aback that God loves me, because I know me. You know, I know how screwed up I am. I know the dark parts of my history and of my life, that there's no good reason for God to love me, knowing who I am, knowing how jacked up I am. And so I get what he's saying here. I remember all too well wishing for the sun, but holding on to the darkness, where we want to believe so bad that we could be loved, that we could be accepted by God. And yet sometimes we push back on that very thing because we know our past and we know our history. Then there's the chorus. I know how far you can fall, in all the ways the heart grows colder, and there's no way that I'm leaving you here just to die. So this makes me think of, like, just kind of my own thought. When we come across somebody whose story is similar to ours, and maybe we're on the other side of where they're at, we've been through where they're at, and we've come out on the other side, and we can look back and we can see, and we say, okay, man, I get it. I see how far you can fall with this. I see how your heart's growing colder here, but there's not any possible way I'm going to just let you live in that. There's no way I'm just going to leave you to struggle. I'm going to walk with you. That's what it means to, in my mind, to be a Christian, is to walk alongside people and to live life with people and help them to, help them as they try to walk their walk. Then he says, I believe there's more to the story than all the ways a man can fall. And dude, that's so cool, because so often we think about a person in terms of their success or their failure. And always, for some reason, it seems like the failure stands out more than the success. And so I get, in my mind, what he's saying is, I believe there's more to the story than just how he failed. I believe that you can fail, you can make mistakes and screw up, but there's more to your story. Your story doesn't end with your failure. A lot of the times, that's where your story starts. And so he's saying, so rise up with me. Like, maybe you got knocked down, but let me help you back up. And at the end, it changes from rise with me because the dawn is approaching to rise with me, our God is approaching now. Which I'm just going to say, to me, when you walk that kind of life with somebody, where you're walking with them, you're loving with them, you're feeling what they feel, you hurt when they hurt, you laugh when they laugh, you celebrate their successes and you mourn their losses. When you walk with that way, that's a real authentic reflection of what Christ looks like. And when you do that with people, maybe they don't always come to faith, but maybe they do because of that example and because the Holy Spirit works in their lives as they see you live that way. And so he's saying, rise with me, our God is approaching, which means this, in this particular instance, this person has become a Christian and is now following Christ as well. Man, this was so good. And another part that reminded me of Psalm 91 is the bridge where he says, I don't want to leave you here in the dark. It's getting harder to find your way through the night. I know, just run to the light. I promise you'll find a place where you can see the sun in the sky. And I like that because it makes me think about how God will protect us from the terrors of night. But he adds a caveat to that. If you run to the light, I promise you will find a place where you can see the sun in the sky. But you'll never fly when you hold a heart made of stone. And that's super important. When it comes to our becoming a Christ follower, it's real important that we don't just say some words and think that's it. It requires a commitment. It requires us letting go of our past, letting go of the mistakes we made, learning from them, yes, but letting them go, and more importantly, letting go of the bad behavior. That is super important. We can't walk in the light if we are trying to live in the darkness. It doesn't work. You can't have the two. We can't have it both ways. We've got to choose. Are we going to follow Christ, or are we going to live how we want? And that is super important, because if we live the way we want, we might say all the right things, we may look the part and everything, but we've still got this heart of stone that'll keep us on the ground. And this was good, man. What a song. I really, really enjoyed the musicality of it. The drums, Noah, were insane. Jeremy's vocals, as always, are crazy, and Adam's guitar skills, super dope. Not sure who their bass player is, but it sounded cool. I saw somebody make a joke that it was probably a MacBook Pro. Don't know if that's the case, but I love the sound of the bass in that opening and throughout the song. This was really very well done. I don't know if I would give it a 10, simply because to me it felt a little chaotic. And I like metal. I mean, metal's fun, chaotic music is great, but this, it just, I'm sure this will change through subsequent listens, but on the first listen, I'm not as blown away as I was by like Shadows or Dear Self. To me, those two songs were just marginally better than this. So I'd probably give this song a 9 out of 10, because it was really, really good, and it's one I'm going to listen to, but to me it didn't top Dear Self or Shadows, but it was good. I liked it. Nine Lashes, again, very good song. But you know what you got to do. You got to let me know, what did you think about it? On your scale of 1 being terrible, 10 being amazing, where would you rank this song? Because I want to hear from you. I liked it. It was really good. A lot of fun. Like I said, it'll probably take a few more listens for me to really up that rating to a 10. But as it stands on a first listen, it's a 9. Loved it. Love the song. Love this band. And I'm still waiting for some sort of album announcement. I need that in my life from you guys. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching. If you liked my take on this, go ahead and hit that like button. If there are any songs you want me to check out, leave a comment, send us an email. I'll put the email in the description, or find us on Facebook and send us a message there. Lyrical Resonance, it's pretty much the easiest way to find us. Just search for us on Facebook. The email is pretty simple. It's lyrical.resonance.ia@gmail.com. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Please hit that subscribe button, because where words fail, music speaks, and we're going to continue to discover what it has to say. But until our next video, you guys, as always, stay safe and be blessed. We'll see you soon.